You're watching NewsView with Lee Sullivan.
Welcome back. NewsView, visiting with Ron Hart. And you got to love it. Well, I know you do. You tell me you do. Yeah, you even sometimes let him know you do, and I appreciate that. Don't forget his book, No Such Thing as a Pretty Good Alligator Wrestler, and you'll enjoy that. Trust me, I'm always right. Speaking of always right, and speaking of Nobel Peace Prize, I understand that Tigger, if I may refer to him as Tigger Woods, is in sex rehab now.
Yeah, he's looking for a sex rehab place. He's been doing that for the last month or so. It's kind of unusual. It's a supply and demand phenomenon. What's taking him so long, as you understand, is there's so many men sleeping with waitresses, and so few people that really want to quit. so the rehab centers for such activities are very narrow. you do have. So it's like he'll be in his own personal one-on-one rehab deal.
No mas. So you can't reach out and touch him with AT&T anymore.
No. He's getting ready. AT&T left him as a sponsor, which could turn out to be the most expensive roaming charges ever paid by man. I mean, this is a big contract he left. These are very expensive charges. What I love about what happened with Tiger, I mean, the situation is not unusual, and it would be unusual if it didn't happen. What I love about the situation is how quickly capitalism spoke. The sponsors left. I mean, the preachers or whomever can wring their hands, and the pundits on TV can do their stuff, and it's not going to change Tiger. I tell you what, it sent a message to all the other people that when these sponsors leave you, you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, that you got to act right. There's a morals clause in this contract for a reason. You are a product. You got to present yourself as a product, and you can't be leaving with the Denny's waitress and going to a trailer behind the place and
hanging on.
Just you're not invisible, Tiger. I mean,
what about the bong boy? What about Phelps? I mean, take a toke.
Well, it's a different world we're in.
He lost everything, but now he's swimming through asphalt for Subway.
Yeah. There's always redemption. I mean, America's a forgiving country. They come back. But here's the thing we're in today. You got security cameras everywhere. You got cell phone cameras everywhere. You got TMZ and all these tabloid places. You're not invisible. People have to.
You got Google. I mean, for God's sakes, he's got Google.
Our liberties and freedoms are, you just can't do things like you used to. Babe Ruth in the day, everybody knew what Babe Ruth was up to, but there was no cameras, and I think people had seen what Babe Ruth had done. I think he would be Babe Ruth.
Do you think that literally there is a serious expectation from these people? Do you think that Americans actually believe that they march to a higher standard? I mean, in their hearts and minds? I don't either.
They're presented with more temptations than the average American because they're high-profile people. He walks into any bar, into any situation, he's Tiger Woods, so it's easy. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. So if you're an average person and you're not that attractive and you have a mediocre job, and you're not turning down Angelina Jolie. You're not turning down these options. So, I mean, he's got to be stronger than most to withstand this, or at least more discreet. I think adultery is a situation, as we learned recently, it's between a sponsor and its golfer. It should be kept that way. It's a private matter between the sponsor and the golfer. But look, he's not the only one doing this. I just think he just completely lost bearings in terms of how intrepid he was and how dangerous he was about this whole situation. And one of these women was a porn star. I mean, give me a break. They're not gorgeous women. I mean, and in golf, there's a certain amount of honor. There is a 14 club waitress limit in your bag, so you can have. So I think he's right at the 14 club waitress limit. So.
It is. I hope it was enjoyable for him, because when you make it relative to expense, it will have been. He would have been better off being Elliot Spitzer. Yeah. Ron Hart, and remember, those are my views. What are yours?